This is a No Chase the Truth production.
Please stay tuned. A true special by Jaxson Jerome will continue after the following messages. Viewer discretion is advised.
The one thing that becomes clearer to me each and every day is that I don't owe anyone a thing, and neither do you. I've seen a lot of people pollute their potential after sipping from the well of entitlement. This is certainly true of many of the people I've been associated with over the years, even my own son. What they need to understand is that you should never feel like the world owes you anything. It doesn't. You must accept that it's all on you. That might seem like a very cynical way to view the world, but I would argue that it's actually liberating. You can only feel betrayal when you feel like you're owed something from someone. You can only feel resentment when you had expectations for assistance. When you accept that it's all on you, only then can you finally be free to focus 100% on being the best version of yourself.
You have a great life in front of you, but your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you. What you did back there ain't got nothing to do with what God got for you. What you did back there was learn the lessons to get you to where you are at this particular moment right here. But what God got for you, do you know, man, that you can actually mess your life completely up? You can jack it all the way up and you can turn around and get it right. Do you understand that? Do you understand?
You heard what it is, people, what it is. This is your boy, Jaxson Jerome, the Indigo Child. And this right here is another true special. This will be one of my most in-depth specials, entitled Scars. Only the strong survive, baby. Only the strong survive. So let's get right into it, right? I'm very private, you know what I'm saying? I'm a very private man. I don't believe in disclosing my personal business to the public and shit like that, you know, social media and all that shit, you know what I mean? But, you know, within this special, you know, I'm still not gonna, you know, pretty much, you know, disrespect anybody or anything like that as well too. So, you know, that's not what this special is about. This is really just me just, you know, cleaning out my closet. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start from the point of, you know, growing up, right? I grew up in Southgate. It's a neighborhood in New Bern, North Carolina. 252, the 25, some call it Burn City, small town. Yeah, my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, it was like a middle class hood, you could like say, you know what I'm saying, it was a middle class neighborhood, but it was hood activities going on, you know what I mean? So, you know, it was lit back in the day, you know what I'm saying, which was, you know, 90s, of course, was just a whole vibe, but, you know, growing up in Southgate, it was one of those neighborhoods where, you know, if you didn't have a positive influence around, you know, you could definitely get swallowed up into the street, you know, environment easily, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, as a kid, I had a lot of different OGs and old heads, you know what I mean, around my neighborhood. Salute to all y'all as well too. It's too many of y'all to name, but, you know, love and respect to y'all, all my OGs from Southgate. But, you know, growing up, you know, they try to, you know, instill that positivity into me, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that I'm making the right choices in life, so I don't end up, you know, walking down the wrong path or whatever, you know, and my life purpose being deterred because I made, you know, bad decisions and surrounding myself with, you know, negative influences, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, I made a lot of bad decisions, you know what I mean? And once again, if you don't have that positive influence, my brother, he left to go to Charlotte, my older brother. So, I had my other one that was in New Bern, but, he wasn't the best positive influence, just to be bluntly honest. But, my other older brother, he played ball. So I wanted to mimic everything that he did. He played ball. I did the same, you know what I'm saying? And, when he left, it was more or less like, that's when everything took a downturn. My mom, she struggled with mental health and things of that such, things as such, you know what I'm saying? And that really, it was a real struggle. It was a real struggle, on like the whole entire family household, that was there at the time, me, my sisters, my brother, my middle brother, he was gone for most of the time, so he didn't really, I don't think he felt it as much as myself and my sister, just like my twin pretty much, because me and her like the same age, and then my baby sister. You know what I'm saying? My baby sister was too young to even remember, but me and my sister that's the same age, we kind of took it the hardest. You feel me? So, going through that, I think that it was a tough one. You know what I'm saying? That really, pushed me out to the street a lot more. You know what I'm saying? With dudes that I grew up with, right? Dudes I grew up with in my neighborhood and throughout school, you know what I'm saying? Dudes was gang banging, so in the gang banging culture had just came in heavy down south, especially in North Carolina, the Bloods and, the Crips, Vice Lords, Latin Kings, it was a lot of that back then or whatever, it was real heavy. So I got wrapped up in that, very easily, ran with some guys for a while. And, it really got to that point where it was like, I was at a crossroads in school. You know what I mean? And I remember I was playing ball at the time, but I was in high school. So, what like comes with that, you know what I'm saying? You got temptation, you got, the girls or whatever. You got the street atmosphere, you know what I mean? Being out there partying, getting caught up with the guys and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of that played factors in it, you feel me? So yeah, man, like, shit. I was faced with a decision, you know what I mean? My grades was slipping because I was active, you know what I'm saying? Active in the street, I guess you could say. Never sold dope, never sold drugs and shit, but I was active. So, shit, I mean, I was faced with those options, and I chose to leave school. I left school my sophomore year going into my junior year of high school. I dropped out. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the biggest turning points of my life. Right there alone, because at that time, like I said, my mom, she was going through her struggle, so she wasn't really there. You know what I mean? And then, my pops, he worked. So it really left nobody, you know what I mean, to really kind of just, to really instill it in me, like, nah, you gonna finish school, you know what I'm saying, just to be honest. So I made that choice and I left school, you know what I'm saying, and I paid for it in the long run, I've made up for it because, I went on to get my diploma and, entering college and all of that shit, but that was down the line. that one choice altered my life. And that's why I try to tell young guys now, like, just think twice, man, before you make that decision. How can this impact my life? How will it impact my life 5, 10 years from now? You know what I'm saying? So you always think twice about that. You know what I mean? And I think growing up as well too, you know, I felt like I was invisible in like a sense. You know what I mean? Because I was like the knee baby for like a while when it came to just my immediate family. So I felt like I had to really do things to really get attention. It's almost like a clown dancing in the circus, you know what I'm saying? Because you want that attention like that. You know, I had my baby sister. You know, I had my brother, which he had his own struggle. So my parents had to tend to him, and then they got my baby sister. So where did that leave me? You know what I'm saying? You know, so it kind of really put me in a weird space. You know, I struggled with identity, you know, when I was really younger like that, you know what I'm saying? That's why I really took to my brother. You know, my brother, you know, that played ball or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I really, you know, took to him because I was trying to find my own identity, find out who I was as a little boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, who should I be? That's why that age is very crucial about who's in your life at those moments, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I think right now, you know, and I just want to say this too, right? This special is it's a real, true special because of the simple fact that this is my birthday special. Perfect timing, you know, for me to relieve all this off of my heart and my mind, you know what I'm saying? In my spirit. You know, but yeah, you know, I think that, like I said, you know, shit, it was like a point in my life where I didn't really receive, you know, support like that. You know, the way that, you know, I supported others. You know what I mean? You know, just to be bluntly honest with you. You know, shit, fast forward, you know, 2014, right? 2014 came in, I was going through a custody situation, you know, and, you know, I dealt with the death of my uncle as well, too, you know, around that same time period. Like, legit, it was like when I was going through a custody situation, I lost my uncle, too. My uncle had a hand in raising me growing up when my pops was overseas in the military, you know what I mean? He really stepped in and played like a fatherly role, you know what I mean? So, at that time, you know, it was like I didn't really have the family like that, you know what I'm saying? Like the family support the way that I really needed it at that time, because it was one of my most vulnerable points. Like even more than, you know, when I chose to leave high school, because this was, you know, my most vulnerable point. Both of these points are my transitioning points, but like that's when I really needed family the most. To just be bluntly honest with you, you know what I mean? I can count on my one hand, maybe a couple fingers on how many people family-wise was really there. You know, I'm keeping it all the way real with you. Love and respect to the ones that was really there like that in that time. If you weren't there, then you know in your heart you was not there. And you know why you weren't there. I shouldn't have to say nothing. You know what I mean? But, and peace and love too as well to the other folks that was there for me at that time that, you know, just to be honest with you, They didn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? But because they know my genuine character, and this is what they said, you know what I'm saying, just off of my character, you know what I'm saying, about me being the type of guy that I am and the kind of heart that I have, you know what I mean? You know, they felt like that the best thing was for them to be there for me, to really give me advice, just to have the open ear, you know what I'm saying? You know, or open their heart up where I can pour into them and everything as well too, from what I was going through at that time. But that shit meant the world to me, and I would never forget that shit, ever. I can forgive about, you know, the people that were in their family and shit like that, but I would never forget it. Never forget it. I can go back to that day just like it was yesterday. That don't mean that I haven't healed from it, because I don't get angry about it. When it angers you, when something angers you still, that means it still has control over your mind. And I refuse to let that happen. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that, you know, I really forgave the situation and those people for me, because I need to move forward. How could I move forward if I'm still harboring, you know, that ill will? But yeah, man, that was like a life-changing situation. Very life-changing. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever looked, you know, like for my people that has children, looked at your child, man, and she's crying and you can't do anything to help her? Let alone, you know, you want to really call the people that you really value the most and you can't call them. Or like just to realize that nobody is going to really come to your aid and really be there with you. You know what I mean? It really changes your whole outlook on shit. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just being bluntly honest with you. Have you ever had situations where, you know, your own family, you know, turned against you for, you know, your enemies? You know, all you can do is take it on the chin, right, and just keep pressing forward. And just take those people for who they are. You know what I mean? But it's those type of situations that change your outlook on life and on, you know, the way people are. The way people are out here, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like in a sense, right? You know, I was outcast as a black sheep in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like that, you know, I never really fit in, or, you know, it's a weird vibe when I did come around, you know, just different shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's really crazy because I heard it saying, you know, it was like, you know, the black sheep eventually turns into the goat. That's the irony in all of this. But I believe that, you know, God intended it for it to be this way, for me to learn. You know, because when you're moving forward and you're stepping into your greatness, you know, your purpose, your life purpose, you know, you had to really go through something to really gain that experience, the knowledge, even like the hurt, you know what I mean? Like just really going through the hurt to really, you know, to really feel, you know, what it really feels like to be on the other side. You know what I mean? I remember shit growing up, you know what I mean, not really you know, family on my pop side, not even reaching out, not once. You know what I mean? And, you know, my pop's been in my life my entire life, but, you know, nobody, you know, when he was overseas for a year, 2 years or whatever, You know what I mean? However long, nobody reached out. You know what I mean? I think, somebody said maybe it was one person or some shit that ever came to North Carolina. You know what I mean? But, everybody got their own reasons why. You know what I'm saying? That's all cool. You know what I mean? But, I just want to let it be known, you know what I'm saying? Because some people will get amnesia quick. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to comes to success, man, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will feel, like I said on my last special, right? That I had just recorded maybe like a week ago. And the blood only makes you related special, right? Y'all be sure to check that out as well too. Like, you'll have family that just feel entitled, dog. Like, because you family. Let alone if I don't even know you like that. So if I choose to help you in any sense or anything like that, that's out of the kindness of my heart. I don't gotta do it. You know what I mean? And let's be clear, right? Let's be really clear about this, right? I've extended my hand for, way too often. And far too much, if you ask me, just to get nothing back. Just to get nothing back. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, right, like, motherfuckers, they contact who they want to contact, they reach out to who they want to reach out to. That's how I look at it. If people really fuck with you, you'll know. Why? Because they reach out to you without a question. You know what I'm saying? You will never have to question it. If somebody fuck with you, you never will have to question it. Ever. Friends, family, whoever. You know what I mean? I think that with like a lot of my own family, people are too ego driven. And they lack love to even reciprocate the energy. So I just let it be what it is, you feel me? Nothing. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna touch on this real quick, and I'm gonna get off of it because I don't wanna harp on this situation. You know what I mean? But I even had a nigga that I called my brother. You know what I'm saying? And he know who I'm talking about. You know what I mean? The only reason why I left it alone was out of respect for my, for my other brother that's dearly departed now. Akeem, Joe Mosley, because he told me to leave it alone. You know what I mean? But let's be clear. You know what I mean? I don't rock with you because of the shystiness. You know what I'm saying? Look at your name. You know what I mean? Your name is, you got it on Facebook, Shysty. Because that's who you are. So if you ever questioning why I don't rock with you, look at your name. You know what I'm saying? That's like enough said with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I mean? But having a friend like that, it really taught me a lot. It taught me the difference between a solid friend and a bullshit one. A friend that's really holding you back and weighing you down, you know what I'm saying? They like to wait around your ankles and shit, you know what I'm saying? When you trying to swim, you know what I mean, trying to swim to like the shoreline and shit, the motherfuckers drowning you. If you don't take no weight off your ankles, you're done. And that's what I had to do. I had to create that separation. And that don't mean that is beef or anything like that. I just choose not to really deal with that guy. But I say all that to say, you know what I'm saying, it really changed my outlook on life. and friendship, the true meaning of friendship, loyalty, honor, respect, is lines that you don't cross. You know what I mean? What I always wanted in friendship has been, you know, all of those things, including support. You feel me? Like, how can you call yourself my friend and you don't, you know, you don't even call to check up on a nigga? Or like, you know, shoot a nigga a text real quick to checking on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done for motherfuckers. How can you call yourself a friend if your friend posts some shit about business or whatever the case is, something that's, you know, very positive or whatever, and you ain't showing no love? A lot of things goes without saying. You shouldn't have to tell nobody to do nothing. You know what I mean? Because I show love. I show people love, and I ain't even got the love back, or people don't even show it first. I just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, this damn solid shit is just in me. I'm built different. You know what I mean? And I think at the point where I'm at now in life, you know, I'm really embracing the new transition and the self-transformation. My mind is, you know, is elevating even more now. I mean, I'm able to see the whole landscape of life and what I want out of life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, then that goes for everything, career, my personal life, being a father, and, you know, future husband, and, you know, a son, a friend. You know, I'm at that point in my life now. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know, I'm reevaluating everything. So if you are family, if you a friend, if you're anybody, and you don't hear from me like that, that means that you didn't make the cut. Or if you don't hear from me at all, then you didn't make the cut. You know what I'm saying? Or either I'm just distancing myself from you. Because I know that, you know, in the long haul, you just don't mean me no good. So, you know, I release everything from my past, and I'm pressing forward towards my future. So happy birthday to myself. I'm gonna close this special out right now. And this is another true special with your boy, Jaxson, Jerome, the Indigo Child. Peace and love, y'all. Till next time. No Chase the Truth will be doing promos if you would like your business advertised. We promote locally and nationally owned businesses. If you own a clothing line, mobile barbershop, online boutique, or even the peanut stand right down the street, I promise we got you. First 3 people will be for free. That's right, you heard it right. The first 3 people will be for the free. So what y'all waiting for? Send in your request for promos to nochasethetruth@gmail.com. That's nochasethetruth@gmail.com. Let's do business. Roll it.
This is a No Chase the Truth production.